Club football returned after a short hiatus, and we had a lot of exciting games that we enjoyed, some derbies with interesting results as well as interesting scorelines. We also have the Champions League returning this evening. All that and more we're going to be talking about on the show. Welcome to Football Analysis. My name is Omolaba Karaji, and welcome. This is SEETV, your number one online television station. We're going to be talking about all things happening in the world of football, which a lot has gone down. Of course, many more to go. Some managers have been relieved of their duties. We're talking about that and more in a minute. I'll be going on a very short break. When I return, you get to see who my pundit is, and then we start the show proper. Stick around, we'll be right back. Hey there! So you think you know about football? Join me, Omolaba Karaji, on SEETV every Tuesdays and Thursdays and put your football knowledge to the test. You stand a chance to win up to 5 gigabytes of data. All you have to do is to follow us across our social media handles and answer the question on there correctly. To participate on the live quiz show, our handles are on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. It is at SEETV Live, and on Instagram and TikTok, it is at SEETV Live 1. So if you think you know about football, this is the place to be. Welcome back. It is still Football Analysis, and with me on the show today, I've got Ibrahim Ayobiojo, aka Izbaba. Welcome.
My team is on over right now, but
I'm glad you mentioned that. How are you?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm very well, thank you.
So many goals.
Stunners of goals. I mean, I'm glad you mentioned that. But how was your weekend in total, like footballing wise? Yeah.
Footballing wise was so rich. My weekend was so rich. I had endless peak. I watched this, like, and all of them didn't fail to disappoint. We had like golazos in almost every matches, and there were only like two or three matches that was 0-0, but there was no way this one I was even watching that in the first place. So
excuse you.
Yes, I had fun, you know.
All right, let's start with that game that kicked off for the EPL, the North London Derby that won. Arsenal taking on Tottenham Hotspur. Mikel Arteta taking on Antonio Conte, and it was quite a game. A lot of talking points, a lot of very interesting goals that we saw. Some fieriness, and okay, let's start with the Arsenal one that won 3-1.
Yep.
Thomas Partey with a potting kind of goal. Yeah, Gabriel Jesus scored double that lead. Before that, we have to talk about Harry Kane converting from the penalty spot. So it was 1-1. We went balanced into the second half, and then we resumed the second half. Less than 3 minutes in, we had that blunder from Hugo Lloris, and Gabriel Jesus did not fail to capitalize on that. And then we had Granit Xhaka scoring a very beautiful goal. So 3-1. It was. Your thoughts on that game? I can remember on Saturday here while we had football analysis while the show, while the game was currently ongoing, and we had a lot to talk about basically. So your thoughts on that game before we get to the penalty, the red cards, and all of that? Yeah.
That's the proper for that game. It staff does everything on every pedestal. Was it the goals? Beautiful. Was it the talking points? Aplenty. Sending off, it was there. So altercations, it was there.
We had it. Yeah, we had it.
So it's actually a complete package, if you ask me. And kudos to us now. They deserve the 3 points. There were some talking points that Emerson Royal sending off was not necessarily a sending off. The foul might have been horrendous, but it was not going to kill the guy. It was not
It's true, record.
intention from him to get all studs up, but well, I don't know much better than Anthony Taylor, who has been having issues with the Premier League because of his how would I call it?
Officiated.
I don't want to give him a bad
we
word.
can remember the London Derby or Chelsea taking on Tottenham. A lot of talking points in that game as well. That one ended 2-2. So each side sharing a point apiece, which wasn't quite exciting for both managers because they had a lot to say and to talk about, right?
Famous handshake.
Yeah, the famous one. Thomas Partey, what a goal!
Woo! The goal and a half.
It was so beautiful.
No keeper. Because the interchange of play between Saka and Ben White before Ben White leading to Thomas Partey. When he scored the ball to Partey, I was like, what the fuck? Oh my God!
He showed you what he wanted to do.
It
was quite a game.
That was a beautiful corner from like 30 yards, 25 yards, thereabout. Beautiful goal, beautiful way to start the game, and Arsenal built on that momentum. They were the attacking threat all through. no Tottenham, they will sit back and wait for the counter opportunity to kill you. But at the end of the day,
I think Arsenal threw a lot at them,
a
yeah.
whole lot for Arteta to start Thomas Partey and Granit Xhaka in the midfield, you know he means he had the intent that I know these guys won't come and attack us via the counters. You don't worry,
just try and stifle their attack.
And it will work wonders for them. The first counter, the first real counter Tottenham had was one they gave them that got them the
penalty, the foul on Richarlison, yeah.
And well converted by King, who is not going to miss.
He loves this fixture. He loves this fixture, absolutely. And well, Arsenal still sit very comfortably at the top of the table after game week 8. Okay, so they're gonna sit right there with 21 points they have, and I don't think anyone is dragging them or yanking them off of the summit anytime soon. But the next game is going to be quite exciting. Let's talk about that before we move on. That Arsenal will be playing Liverpool next weekend in the EPL, which is one game I'm excited about. I'm sure you are excited about.
I'm actually very excited about it.
And what are we expecting from this game? What do you think? Normally, Arsenal Liverpool is a game that does not disappoint on the goals. Yeah. You have a lot of goals, beautiful goals, stunning goals. 3 points here, 3 points there. In recent times, it's always been in favor of Liverpool. So going into this game, the Gunners are high flying. Liverpool cannot say the same. So
it's looking like Arsenal are going to be the favourites, but they are going to Anfield, and everybody knows Anfield. Like it's hard to get 3 points at Anfield, no matter who your team is, no matter how bad the shape of Liverpool is at the moment. You're going to Anfield to get 3 points, you will try. And now Arsenal is top of the table. They are playing beautiful.
Yeah, momentum on their side.
And Liverpool are trying to get momentum because they have not started the season well. The 3-3 draw against Brighton feels like a loss to most of the players and the fans and the coach alike. It looks like they need a revamp as much as they got players in. It feels like they still can't.
Something needs to change, yeah.
Something needs to change. Like a few things need to change. And so this is Liverpool trying to get their act right, trying to get their stuff together, get themselves together. But this is they are coming up against an Arsenal who is already set. Arsenal is looking like, okay, they know what they know that starting 11, they know the subs, they know how they want to play, they know how they want to defend, they know how to attack you and everything. It's looking all complete for Mikel Arteta's boys. But how would that affect the game against Liverpool at Anfield?
That's one question, I guess, that we're going to get answered next weekend. And Tottenham will be facing Brighton. It's very interesting that we need to highlight that these people will be facing this particular people we want to talk about next. Liverpool taking on Brighton at Anfield. 3-3, 6-goal thriller we had in a particular encounter. So Anfield had a lot of goals. Maybe not enjoyable for Liverpool fans, all right? The 3 goals for Brighton. Talking about Leandro Trossard with an hat-trick. He had a fabulous game there. And for Liverpool, we had Roberto Firmino scoring 2 goals, and there was an own goal courtesy Adam Webster. 3-3 is stood a draw that feels like a loss for Jurgen Klopp's side. Liverpool coming into this game, they needed to change something. Momentum. We could remember Jurgen Klopp mentioning that going into the international break, he needs his team to lose momentum because he didn't want them to carry on with the kind of draws they have been playing. But it's looking like they're yet to lose it.
It actually, Jurgen Klopp came up with one excuse. More like reason, because everybody is spamming him the excuse coach after he dropped point or those said, hey, he comes up with one excuse or the other. His excuse was like he did not and his team and his coaching crew didn't see the information. They didn't see the tactics that
Brighton coming
up with because they are just under a new manager.
And that's his first game.
That's his first game in charge. To an extent, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt that okay, you're right, that happens to almost anything. This is the new coach, you don't know how he's going to play, and everything. But you know Brighton. You know the attack and the way and the manner at which they appointed the new coach Roberto Di Zerbi after
Graham Potter's
departure is looking like a like-for-like coach. You know they are still going to come up with the same personnel. How about you try and work on the personnel that you are going to come up against? So it felt like they just okay, let's come and play our own kind of football and while you see them and try and absorb what they want to do themselves. And kudos, like the biggest kudos to Roberto Di Zerbi and Leandro Trossard, Lewis Dunk, all of them, they came to the party. They were intent on
getting a point, getting points off of Liverpool. Absolutely,
all 3 points, and 2-0 up 18 minutes. So it's looking like this could go worse. If not for
Like
Alisson's
heroics
imperious.
form, we have to mention that. Shout out to him.
He could
Talking
have been
about
6-3 or 3-6
Liverpool's
thereabout, because he has six
goalie.
shots, six on
And
targets.
absolutely, he showed clinicality from Brighton's, and it's quite interesting. Talking about Jurgen Klopp's reason, I guess, his team being unable to adapt to what Brighton were throwing at them. But for Liverpool, let's highlight that a little bit. You have very, very interesting errors of certain players, and
Yeah.
which questionably led to them conceding 3 goals. And I mean, talking about Anderson was not on his day. You had Roberto Firmino. Yeah, he got 2 goals. It wasn't. He didn't have a great game. I have to mention that. Mo Salah as well didn't have a
Salah's
great
been
game.
off for the
Diaz, okay, here and there, he did not start. He came on in that game, and it showed
he showed why
life.
he's doing
Yeah,
Diaz, right?
Allison, like you mentioned, was the saving grace. It could have been more.
Could have been worse.
Liverpool could have considered more, and it's very interesting that they are playing at Anfield, and yet they had to beg for a point. It was looking like they were going to win at some point, but it showed class, it showed strength and character. I absolutely need to mention that. I mean, going down 2 goals as early as the 18th minute, and they came back 3-2. They would have loved to get the win, maximum points in this one, but that was not to happen. And their next game is going to be against Arsenal. So that's very, very interesting. And we'll see who's going to be the victor or the vanquished. And for Brighton, they're going to be playing Tottenham Hotspur next.
That is where you see Brighton's fate is under the new management, because Antonio Conte's team will be very, very beaten. Not just because they were beaten by Arsenal. This is like their second. That was their second big test, right? They drew against Chelsea. They lost all points against Arsenal. Arsenal, they want to be like, they were man down and everything, but that doesn't really state the fact that these are people you are meant to be getting points off. If you are a true contender for the league, try and get all points, at least the point of these people. Now you fail to do so. Now you are coming up against Brighton, who are looking like the giant killers of the season. They are beating Manchester United. They almost got 3 points against Liverpool right now, and they're coming up against you, and they're in the best form of their lives under a new management who everyone seems to want to impress. So, and I think they're going to the Amex. Yeah, they're going to the Amex. It's going to be very hard for Antonio Conte, but it's Antonio Conte and his team. We don't.
You can't rule them out, absolutely.
Rule them out. And we should see goals at plenty that game too.
It's going to be very interesting. I expect a bit more biting force or attacking force from Tottenham Hotspur side. And it's going to be quite a game to watch. Let's move over now to another game that had goals. Tasty. I have to mention, okay, maybe I'm thinking about food, but very interesting goals. Fulham taking on Newcastle. It was at the Craven Cottage, but Fulham were beaten soundly at that. One goal to 4 at that one, of which the one was a consolation goal. Courtesy Bobby Reed, but on Newcastle's end for Eddie Howe and his boys, Callum Wilson opened the goal scoring. Before that, though, a little bit of action did happen. Fulham went down to 10 men. Nathaniel Chaloba was the man who got his working papers. Callum Wilson, Miguel Almiron with a goal and a half. Those kind of goals, they should be awarded as 2, really. Like, it's worth it. You need to add 1 more, you know. 2 goals he had, Sean Longstaff, compounding Fulham's woes, 4 goals to 1. I think, looking at the fixture, before this game, we expected goals, and we were not disappointed. We just were wondering who was going to take it, who was not.
Exactly,
Let's talk about Newcastle's dominance. They were impeccable.
Very impeccable. The red card Chaluba got me up for Fulham's matters. Before this game, I saw like this is going to be like it's evenly balanced to an extent. But Fulham are the new boys. What we expect them to be is not what they are turning out to be. We expect them to be the weekend boys that they have always been. Come and go, come and go. But right now they have been doing well. Not to talk of their boys too. They have been doing well where they are. So now they're coming up against Newcastle, who is looking like a new team as a whole, as their name implies.
Like a rebirth, yeah?
So, and they have what's his name on it. Alexander Isak not available. Only the other Alex played. Mitrovic. So
He didn't get a goal though.
didn't get a goal. And it was see, this is just it, right? This is Eddie Howe's team. How they want to play, but they played against a 10-man team. Are we going to attribute that to the win? But no. What I want to say is they are doing good, and Newcastle are doing very, very great under him. And I feel sky is the starting point for it.
Absolutely.
That's
And
the goal, though.
What a goal. I'm still waxing lyrical about it. Absolutely have to. But teams, though, are tied on 11 points apiece. So they are Newcastle in 7th place. And you have Fulham in 8th. Let's move over to another exciting game that gave us 9 goals. We had the Manchester Derby on Sunday. It lived up to the billing. For neutrals, it was a game to look forward to and survive. For Manchester City fans as well. For United, I cannot say the same. 6 goals, Manchester City scored, United 3. And you had two boys who had a game and a half. Other people were in the background, but I mean, the focal point has to be on these boys who got 2 hat-tricks apiece, all right? No, not 6-6, I'm just saying. They had 6 goals in total between them. Phil Foden, 3 goals, Erling Haaland, 3 goals, and as it stands, you have Erling Haaland being the first player in the EPL to get a back-to-back home hat-trick. And we have Anthony getting a goal for United, as well as Anthony Martial getting a brace, but unfortunately, it wasn't enough for Eric Ten Hag's men. You and I were in communication over the weekend while the game was on, and it was quite the game. Haaland 14 goals, 8 games played. Should we just give him the golden boot already?
He's like ×2. Like he's ×2 ahead of the second person. Like ×2. And we are just 8 games.
We have 30 more to go, just in case we want.
Games. Come on. This guy is 9 short of the record of last season.
22.
Golden boot and Salah and Son shared 20 goals. He's 9 short. 9 goals short. So if he continues on this instead of hat-tricks, that means after 12 games.
Game over.
Oh, come on.
Okay, all right. So let's leave the Erling Haaland show. Let's focus on the derby. So this game, we expected a lot of fireworks. United were on a very, very good run. Same thing with City. Both teams had a very good momentum going into the international break. So we know that forms usually don't matter that well in a derby, but it was the first half. United were everywhere and nowhere at the same time.
Yeah, they were just everywhere were they trying to get a grip on the game? I have no idea what was wrong. And Manchester City came flying out of the blocks. And seeing the fact that United are not in this hurry, not getting their act right, they pounded on that opportunity and made them pay. How many minutes before the first goal? 7 minutes?
8 minutes. 8 minutes in.
Bam! That goal, they had 28 touches. 28 passes in between them without Manchester United touching the ball. They went to the back of the net. At that moment, I knew there was trouble. That was just Foden's goal. Like, now they still coming to zone. And boom, he did. And not just
boom, shakalaka.
Yeah, 3 goals and 2 assists.
Yeah, so what a game for him. We have to talk about KDB's assist as well. It was...
KDB had 2 assists in that game. Distinct. The first goal, the corner kick, and how about that?
How do you tear up a defense like that?
You had the imperious Rafael Varane. Although to an extent, I felt he had the what's it called? Strain.
He was injured. He was injured at that point.
But even without the strain, there was no way he was going to defend that kind of ball.
It was too. I think it was too precise. It was too clinical. It was too good. It was everything and more.
There is a cheat code at Manchester City.
Yeah.
And it's just not Haaland.
It's KDB.
Yeah.
It's going to be very interesting, the title race for the EPL this season. Let's see who's going to be the victor, who's going to get it or not.
More about this Manchester City game, but the time is not going to allow. But the thing is, Manchester United before this game, they were in a very, very good run.
Absolutely.
Manchester City before this game, they were in a good run.
Exactly, sir.
So Manchester United will feel like we can do this. We can actually hold them back. We have a good record at their home, and everybody was like, okay, true, it feels like that. But
the better team won it, I guess. They did try to do damage control at some point. So
the way they played the second half was the way they should have started the game itself.
Exactly.
That way we would have had a more balanced game. Fine, they would have scored a whole lot of goals between them, but still, come on now, come on. What Manchester United came to the party with in the first half was not enough to stop them from getting beat.
As a quick aside, I had to cross-check to see who was actually playing against Manchester City. It didn't look like United to me. It didn't look like a derby. I didn't mention that. Maybe it was Eastborough at some point. Like, I had to wonder if it was a third-tier team. Like, they were not giving us derby material.
And
They woke up.
but,
They woke up in the second half though, but
yeah,
it was
true.
too little,
If you
too
look at
late.
the personnel, see, we still have the argument now that Rashford was not 100%.
He came in
Same
injured
as
so
Anthony
that
Martial
game.
was on the bench.
Yeah.
Why risk it? Bench him. Start Cristiano Ronaldo. The sight of Ronaldo is fear in any defender. I don't care how old Ronaldo is. I should be a defender. I should see Ronaldo of him. Come on. I would have the
And I think that was what Erling Allen did for the centre
the
backs
other
for
side.
Manchester.
Exactly. Just the
Manchester
sight.
United.
Bench Rashford. Now you know you have firepower in the bench. Bench either one of Christian Eriksen or Bruno Fernandes, because at the end of the game, or even before the first half,
Eriksen was culpable
one
for,
of them was
for a lot
not
of
even,
for a lot
and that
of
was Christian Eriksen.
yeah.
I don't blame him.
It didn't
That's
track
how-
back. It didn't track back as much as
much
it
as it
could
was
have. It didn't try
expected
to
to.
break up play or anything. Of which that's where I mean we did have this question before this conversation before we came on.
Yeah.
Why was Casemiro sitting on the bench? And we had varying views on that one. But I don't think Eric
The
Ten
game-
Hag
the
will
game
sit
has
him
gone,
out.
gone.
I don't think he's going to sit him out in his next game. Though.
He
But let's-
dare not. Without this,
that's the thing.
because
So
the average of-
you have
he
quality
dare
on
not.
the bench. How about you employ them? I mean, it's a derby, and I think City made a statement. If Pep Guardiola had not made certain substitutions, you could have expected that City would score more. And after the second half, when the big boys went out and some changes were made, you expected that United would have scored more if the game perhaps had gone on longer.
True.
So it was very interesting and very exciting. Let's move away from that one really quickly. Let's go over to a relegation battle, I guess we should say. Leicester, Leicester City taking on Nottingham Forest. That game 4-0. It ended. James Maddison, RV Barnes, getting very, very excited. Madison's goal, it was very, very beautiful. I have to mention that Patson Daka as well getting himself on the score sheet. At this point, is it safe to say that Forest are in trouble?
Big time trouble. Big time trouble. So they signed the whole team at the half.
23 players.
If you see that, I received their message, but I told them I'd retire from football. If not, I would have been signed. Let's leave that apart. Don't put a question. But the truth is, these guys just decided to sign almost anybody that was available in the market without, I don't know, without, is it foresight or insight, I'm going to call it. So you had people bring you to the Premier League Championship players. Most of them were on loan. Retain their loan. Sign them permanently. The ones that
That
don't
is the
want-
bulk of
them.
the strength of the squad and all
Make sure
that.
that your maximum sign should not pass more than 8 at the max.
Even 8 is a
much,
stretch
but
anyway.
At least you want to make an impression that okay, I want to sign. Sign 8. Now I'm pretty sure he's 18 himself. Granny McKinney, the owner of Nottingham Forest. You signed 23 players, and now the 23 players. Okay, well, if the Premier League had 23 positions, they'll be in 23rd position, not in the 20th position. The former owners, I can't call them position. The former owners, Leicester, who are actually yet to add a win, got a win over you. Not just anyhow win. Sounding win.
And I think that was a fantastic response from Brendan Rodgers' men. It was quite the goal. It was quite a game. Yeah, I mean, we have boys in that team. As it stands now, First can only boast of 1 win, 1 draw, and 6 losses. While for Leicester, same thing really. Just so 19th, 20, Leicester in 19th. I mean, so it's very interesting, and for me, I'm looking forward to seeing who is going to be staying on or who is going to be leaving. Talking about managers being relieved of their duties, we have to talk about the Wolves man, the former Wolves man. Now, let's mention that West Ham getting their first win, no, beg your pardon, their second win of the season, and it's very interesting how certain teams seem to be struggling, and West Ham actually got the better of Wolves in this particular one. West Ham 2, Wolves 0 it ended, and Bruno Lage has parted ways with Wolverhampton Wanderers. So now it's a question of which manager is going next.
If not for the 4 new wins, me and you both know it's Brendan Rodgers. But right now I'm looking at it's more like Gary O'Leary.
First manager.
It's looking more obvious. Jurgen Klopp, there's no way he's going. There's no way he's going.
Okay, moving away from that, I don't know. I don't know. I don't see him going yet, but I mean, it's football, right? I mean, expect the unexpected. Yeah, let's move over now to the La Liga, where Barcelona went away to Mallorca, right there, the Iberostar Stadium, and they got the better of them. 1-0. It ended in favor of Barca. Robert Lewandowski, as you would expect, scoring a stunner of a goal. So Barca now sit top of the La Liga table. They're tied on points with Real, and but they are ahead courtesy of goal difference. Title chase on.
Title chase on 100%, and we have the Clasico in 2 weeks. This is the perfect
scenario.
Everything is also set out. I hope and pray they both get 3 points in the next game.
Okay, Barca will be playing Celta Vigo next, which is quite interesting, right? And it's very interesting for Xavi's men. We have to give them credit. They've only considered 1 goal so far in the La Liga, so which is some
something.
like
That
you know.
Something. I'm considering just one.
Yeah, all season.
Well,
It's still early, 7 games
still
played.
early,
Yeah,
but in the real top leagues, nobody has considered just one. Everybody,
it's been buckets
it is buckets
and
of
bowls
goals.
of goals. Yeah, so
So are we going to say the partnership at the back is doing well with them?
I think it's working.
Mentioned the Rapid these days. Then Ronald Araujo, Christensen, then Ronald Araujo with
Kunde to the point.
Koundé.
So
Well, I feel the solidity you wanted at the back
is getting it.
well for him. Not less
The attack.
threat.
And I think that's what Barca have been doing. They've been defending from the front because you know how they play. They hold the ball and they put their counterparts on pressure. You cannot play with Barca for possession. Can you deal with it? They're going to get the ball, of course, and the front three, front four, whoever it is, the personnel, whoever it is that is starting, it's quality, and they've been dropping in the numbers. Absolutely, Lewandowski, Depay, Fati, Dembele. Quality for days. Gavi as well having a great time. Pedro as well. So it's very exciting for. Yeah, but I mean it's still there, and also it's very interesting. Let's see who's getting the La Liga this season. Let's move over now to the second place team in the La Liga as it stands. Real Madrid had to say goodbye to their 100% start to their season, with Osasuna pulling them to a 1-0 draw. Like they held them to a 1-0 draw. Vinicius Junior scoring a stunner of a goal in the 42nd minute, and it was a good goal. They went on. Well, they went on a shot on the halftime break, and then when they returned, Kike Garcia returned the favor with a stunner of a goal himself. And 1-1 it was. Madrid tried to find a goal. I mean, they had a penalty in that one. Karim Benzema was unable to convert from the spot. Right, yeah, and it's very interesting. David Garcia got a sending off, but Osasuna, even with 10 men,
they were able to
got something of this game.
And I was more than surprised in the scoreline, because I was here reiterating the fact that Osasuna are going to get beat the whole time, because Madrid are leading back and they don't want chasing guys at the back, and now they let it slip. Just the 100% record was looking like, oh, Madrid are no, nobody can get to them, but just the draw can tell you how much it can change.
It can change.
Barca can change. Right now, Barca is first. Now we are seeing the glory Barca has been on, because Madrid has been, they have been blindsiding by Barca. But now you are just seeing Barca just complete 1 goal. Same point. Please, you guys, just win 3-0 for the next game. Let the Clasico be hell.
Of course, you want drama. Now, let's quickly talk about Sevilla taking on Atletico de Madrid, and talking about some interesting drama. Or we still have Atletico Madrid playing Antoine Griezmann in the 60-something minutes.
60th minutes, man.
Okay, at the stands there. Marcos Llorente and Alvaro Morata scoring for Atletico, and perhaps they're starting to get back in shape, the kind of shape that Diego Simeone would want them. But it's not far-fetched. Sevilla have been struggling all season, so Atletico Madrid, game on.
Game on. Good game for them. Like, their attacking trend has not been really up to par most of the season, but now they are making it look like we can do well. The fact that Morata and Llorente are still there scoring goals for them is good. And João Felix is there. Nothing altogether.
He's not been having the best of time, you're right, but I mean it's still there, and it's still quality.
Still there, same. They have attacking trade, but their defensive quality is what people know them most for. But
they keep the game compact, and you know
that was what made them like end the game without competition, because they had shows.
Absolutely, and let's talk about that one. Let's move away now from the La Liga. Let's go over now to the Ligue 1, where Lionel Messi getting himself a very beautiful free kick right there. And, well, as you'd expect, it was Messi and Kylian Mbappe getting the goals for Paris Saint-Germain. And I don't think we didn't expect it. I mean, we saw that coming, right? But I mean, they are having a good time of life. They're yet to lose a game in the Ligue 1 so far, 2-1, and Gaetan Laborde did get a goal for Nice. It put them to 1-1, but Kylian Mbappe getting the winner in this game. So it's safe to say PSG same on course to win the Ligue 1.
Same as usual, but they were just nice enough not to get more than 2 goals for the against
I saw what you
I
did
forgot
there.
their name.
I saw what you did
Oh,
there.
did I? Okay.
I saw what you did there. Okay, and then you have Kylian Mbappe, Neymar, all on goals right now in the league, on 8 goals apiece they have. So it's very interesting right now for Paris Saint-Germain. Let's see if they can translate that form now over to the Champions League. Let's quickly stop over now talking about the Serie A. Very, very exciting games we witnessed over the weekend. We had a very nice start to the Serie A. Napoli 3, Torino 1. What a game, what a goal. Zambo Anguissa had a fantastic game. Kvaratskhelia as well, getting himself on his score sheet. Anguissa with 2 goals, Kvaratskhelia with 1, and Antonio Sanabria also getting a goal. Napoli seemed to be on course, you know, everything, you know, just good.
They were exciting last season. Now they are extra exciting, and it's great to see. The Napolitans fans, right? They are the happiest because their team is not only playing beautiful football, they are top of the table, and it's not even look like they want to slow down on it.
The Atalanta are not giving them a breathing space.
I want to see Napoli against Atalanta.
It's going to be quite a game. It's going to be quite a game.
I don't see anybody stopping Napoli as it is. That's just my own take. I don't see anybody stopping Napoli because you are playing without your out-and-out striker, and you have your center midfielder, defensive midfielder actually scoring your strikers' goals.
Like Anguissa's form for me is so exciting, and I love it.
With this name too is there again. Kvaratskhelia, I hope I got his name.
Kvaratskhelia.
He's been amazing. So this looks good for Napoli. This looks very, very good for Napoli.
Let's see who's winning the Serie A this season. Away from Napoli and Torino, I don't know. They need to impress me a bit more. Inter Milan welcomed Roma to the San Siro. Paulo Dybala, okay, Federico Di Marco first, okay, opening the scoring. Paulo Dybala decided he had a point to prove to Inter Milan, and Chris Smalling also getting a goal. 2-1 in favor of Roma without Jose Mourinho at the touchline.
Watched the star and
he had a good time.
I think watching all the games in the car to avoid more problems. But on a more realistic note, Roma showed more intent, a whole lot more intent than Inter Milan did. We have been talking about the form of Inter Milan and their players. Lautaro Martinez has been off this season, and Paul has been neat this season. I don't know why. Chananoglu, no help. Their only star boy, I think, has been Fula Barella, who has at least he laid the assist for Marco. He's been the only the shining light. Not even Milan Skriniar, who was the best defender in the league last season. He's not really coming up to it. He's been given like 6.6 point ratings in his games, and it's not something nice to see. But Roma, kudos, man, kudos. Look at Dybala, he had a point to prove and he did it. Look at that goal. Nobody's getting to that goal. They should have scored more. Tammy Abraham was just good to an extent.
But Andanovic also, I mean, he did try to reduce how much for Inter Milan. Away from that game, let's move over to another game in the Serie A that absolutely lived up to the billing. Empoli 1, Milan 3, Ante Rebic, Balotelli and Rafael Leao on the score sheet for Milan, and Nedim Badrami getting the goal for Empoli. It was almost like the Rafael Leao show. I mean, man is back, and after his red card suspension, he's back like he never left, and he's dropping in the assist, the forward run, the intent for Milan is being given them back to back. And
he's the main man. This is the thing about. This is why I'm surprised Lautaro Martinez is not shining for Inter Milan, because Lautaro has Edin Dzeko. Fine, Lukaku has been off injured.
Out.
He has Lukaku, Edin Dzeko to finish off with him. Whereas that's a 2-point attack. You guys do the trick. Go to AC Milan. That is what they are doing perfectly. Giroud and Rafael Leao.
They combine so well.
The combination is beautiful to see. Not to talk of Rafael Leao, to an extent, has been insultive with the way he has been.
That disrespectful goal. It was a beautiful goal.
The way he plays around those players is well. I would say he's on top of his game right now. And
absolutely.
As a Milan, I'm not a Rossoneri. Any Milan fan right now will be, woo! Yo,
good time. Let's see if Milan will be able to defend their Scudetto title that they won last season.
They gave us the best league finish last season.
I mean, it was neck to neck.
And I think they are trying to do it again this season.
It will be very exciting to watch, absolutely.
It's looking like.
Let's talk about Juventus taking on Bologna.
Finally, oh.
Yeah, they got a win. I think they must have listened to you.
Ah.
Kostic, Vlahovic, and Akados Milik getting the goals for Juve, and 3-0. So, are we finally getting to see the Juventus of old?
No, I would see them after the next match. They face Milan in the next match. That is their test. This one is just, it was easy for them to beat Bologna.
Bologna have been struggling.
Bologna has been struggling. That's what I was heading to. No about Martin City, but Leicester City will beat Bologna right now. And we all know Leicester is struggling. So that's just it. It was a very, very easy 3 points for Juventus. If they had missed on, that's where we have problems. Well, lucky them.
Okay, let's quickly stop over now. In the Champions League, the League of Champions, we have some exciting fixtures this evening, and very, very. What sound is that?
I'm trying to sing the Champions League.
No, you didn't do it well. You didn't do it well. Okay, talking about the Champions League returning this evening. We have some very exciting fixtures. You have Bayern Munich taking on Victoria Pleasant, Marseille taking on Sporting. You have Porto taking on Bayern Leverkusen, Club Brugge taking on Atletico de Madrid, Ajax taking on Napoli, Eintracht Frankfurt taking on Tottenham, Inter Milan taking on Barcelona, Liverpool taking on Rangers, RB Salzburg taking on Dynamo Zagreb, RB Leipzig taking on Celtic, Chelsea taking on Milan, and Juventus, Maccabi Haifa, Real Madrid, taking on Shakhtar Donetsk, Sevilla, Dortmund, Benfica, PSG, Man City, Copenhagen. So let's list everything out to you, and which of the games will you be looking forward to today and to tomorrow?
Inter Barca tomorrow.
Today, yeah.
Man City.
Dortmund.
No. Man City Dortmund.
Yeah.
No, it's Man City Copenhagen.
Look at that. I'm looking for fireworks apparently.
I'm looking for fireworks.
There's Liverpool, Liverpool Rangers as well. Yeah, so we have some very, very tasty fixtures. Inter Milan.
So if you beat Rangers,
what kind of permutation and combination is that? It's actually looking like differentiation and all those topics in mathematics. Yeah. So Liverpool taking on Rangers. What are we expecting from the Reds?
Go Gallows. I feel because Rangers are not being top of this season. Like for like heritage, they have got it. This is like a family reunion actually, because there is an affiliation between Liverpool and Rangers to an extent based on old time glory and everything. Now we are facing each other for the first time in a very, very, very long time, if I'm not mistaken. And well, Liverpool today with 3 points at 4 goals. Please, don't go and embarrass me.
I'm sorry, I didn't expect that disclaimer. Ajax taking on Napoli.
Goals.
Group A seems to be bringing all of the marquee fixtures this evening.
0-0. I don't.
Both teams play attacking football, very exciting football. So
0-0, that should be like that Liverpool Everton 0-0.
Tasty, exciting one. Why do I keep using the word tasty?
He's hungry,
I'm not.
He's not for goals,
apparently, so yeah. And then tomorrow, tomorrow I'm talking about tonight. Inter Milan taking on Barcelona.
That's the biggest game of the night. Biggest game. We are here talking about Inter's frailties. We are here
talking about Barca's solidity. So
this and Inter is going to be hosting them. But Inter, when it comes to the Champions League, I think they remember that 2009 season under Simon they switched. But are they going to switch today? I do not see that coming because Champions League man,
Lewandowski, he loves it. He loves this fixture. He loves the Champions League, I should mention, and I don't think they're going to be disappointing us. All I want is goals aplenty, and I would like for all of every team involved to not deny me of my right. I deserve goals. I'm just saying, but it's going to be very exciting to watch, and we cannot wait to see all that and more. So hit us up and let us know which of the games are you expecting the most goals, all right? Which of the games are you expecting the most firework? Talk to us across our socials, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. We are there at SEETV Live, and on Instagram and Twitter, TikTok, beg your pardon, at SEETV Live 1. Okay, it's time for us to get our bags and baggages out of the studio. Before we do, Isababa, Inter Barcelona, how many goals? Your prediction?
3, at least. At the least 3, at the most 6.
I want Inter 3, Barca 0, Barca 5,
no way I'm doing
Inter 2. Talk to me.
No way. Barca is winning, but there's no way I'm saying this and this.
Lewandowski hat-trick.
That's a huge disrespect.
If wishes were horses, yeah.
That's a huge disrespect. But my own wish, please, come on. Salah, wake up.
Oh, listen,
Diaz, wake up. Nunez, come and score hat trick today. Please.
All right, let's get ourselves out of the studio, but make sure you do your best to stay safe and enjoy this beautiful game called football.
Yes.
Till we'll come your way again, make sure you keep it locked right here on SEETV, and bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Hey there, so you think you know about football? Join me, Omola Bakaraji, on SEETV every Tuesdays and Thursdays and put your football knowledge to the test. You stand a chance to win up to 5 gigabytes of data. All you have to do is to follow us across our social media handles and answer the question on there correctly. To participate on the live quiz show, our handles are on Facebook, Twitter and YouTube. It is at SEETV Live, and on Instagram and TikTok, it is at SEETV Live 1. So if you think you know about football, this is the place to be.